What's up, Doctor Strange? How's it going, man? Just got back from the ER, with my daughter, and it's 5:25, so been up since 2:30. Got like an hour of sleep, and decided it's probably better if I just stay awake than try to go back to sleep for a couple hours and then get back up. What time? Oh, cool. So you're in. There you are now. Thanks for asking, Doc. How's everyone going with you? And what do you think of the big changes? Glad to hear it, man. Easy and normal mode is so tedious on this because it's so easy just to walk through this whole thing. But need those shards to run another master riff. So welcome to the stream. There we go. I have two more runs through this one. See, I'm not a big fan of the new changes. I think the new changes are crap. Um, the nerfing of the Scarlet Witch, I think is crap. I just got her, so it's not like I actually use her all that often. But you take the top 5 best champions in the game and you reduce them by at least 30%, if not more. That's just messed up. and then you batch together all your veterans with newer players, that just irritates us too, because now you have people who've been playing this game 2+ years grouped in with 1+ year people, and they're like, well, we should be happy with you there, with whatever. How about we be happy if you just leave us alone and let us do our thing? Get more creative with your content. Make more people a little bit more powerful, then there won't be such a big divide. Because you guys have a very weird power dynamic. You make some people overpowered, you make other people just garbage. I saw the petition in Scene's comment section to stop the update. Yeah, last I heard, there's like 20 or 30 petitions up already. You can find them anywhere online. And there's over 2,000 signatures on each one. The petition's not going to do anything. Everyone petitioned with the perfect block thing. Nobody cared. So the big thing is going to end up being is it's all for nothing. I have some more theories on it. I was going to do a video on it probably later today and get it up a little bit more in depth on things running through my head. I've been kind of irritated the last couple days. So a lot of people spent a lot of money on this game. For them to turn around and kind of screw us over is very aggravating. I've already seen quite a few top end players talk about stopping. I mean, if you have even 25% of the top end players leave, that's a huge loss for the game and for profit margins for Kabam. Oh yeah, you're gonna always get that. People never like change. Everyone's going to go against it. And but there's a way to do it and a way not to do it, and Kabam likes to do the ways they don't do it. Kabam has started this initiative like 6 months ago with starting to change it up. I didn't even check if anyone else was live streaming. I just jumped on because I haven't been on in a few days. It's the first time I've been able to get on this quest in 2 or 3 days all weekend. I should be able to have everything done, but I don't. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing this morning? Hope everyone's good. Okay, that last path. For all you that's just joining, if you're wondering what we were talking about, I was kind of talking about the new update. What are your guys' thoughts on it? You guys okay with it? You kind of irritated with it? Yeah, that's true. Well, you're still going to be affected by it, but you won't be as irritated as others that have spent money on the game. Because some people, quite a few people, have spent, you know, say between 30 and 150 bucks on those rank up packages, those deals, to be able to take Black Widow or Scarlet Witch up to level 99 to get the full benefit out of them. And then all of a sudden they're going to now change that and strip them of their abilities. Well, you still charge me all that money for it. So why am I now being penalized after paying all this money out of my pocket to, have what you guys deemed was fine? It's just kind of annoying. I stopped spending money on this game almost a year ago. No, I'd say about 8 months ago. Just because I was getting tired of Kabam's shenanigans. That's why, like you talk about that Transformers game. It looks cool, but I won't play another Kabam game. I don't like their business ethics. I don't like how they run their company. I hate their customer service. Everything about them is not something I enjoy. And the only reason I still play this game is because I've been playing it since, launch. I put a lot of time, effort, and I put money into it, and I'm not just going to give that up. Plus, I enjoy playing with all my guys. I really enjoy my alliance. They're a really good group of guys. We talk all the time. You know, that's what keeps me going. There's really no content in this game that's really all that difficult. That's a good code to live by. I know I have some family members who are like, you spent money on a mobile game? Like, I did. But it's the same way as, like, my little brother, he was like, oh, you spent money on this game? That's so stupid. Well, I get the same thing as you buying a new video game. You spent 60 bucks for that new Xbox One game. I spent 30 bucks on a package. It's kind of the same thing. I don't play video games on a console, so for me, this is my video game. So if I get a little bundle package or something for entertainment value, I find it fine. That's just how I rationalize it. But again, everything changed during this right before the summer, and I stopped doing all of that. See, for me, I stopped spending money on this game, and I started spending money on other games. Like I spent money on my Dragon Ball Z game, and I've spent money on Pokemon Go. So I still spend some money, but I spend it on other games now, and not this one. Okay. All that's done, so let's go back. I'm gonna start running through the beginner part of it, because all that's only 1 energy, so I should be able to run through this pretty quickly. Okay, what's going to give me the most items? This is the cold hard truth. You can't change or stop the update. This is Kabam's game. You can't change anything, and everything is theirs. They can do what they want. Can't they are the boss? People don't realize this. True, but also to the same token, we're the reason why you have the game. We're the reason why you make 300 million a month. So you should have better communication with your player base. The one of the Call of Duty mobile games, I read an article about this. There was this guy who's one of the top players in that, and in the biggest alliance they had there, and he started a mass ban on the game. Got on the forums, got on the other sites that people talk about, and said, "Hey, no more spending." Everyone, and got everyone together, and did like a month or two no spending ban for everyone, and that game dropped dramatically. And they had to reach out to him and apologize and start talking to him. And it's because little things like this, they changed things up. They opened up packages for, I guess, weapons or something, but then turned around and charged all this money and then took it all back. So people were like, what the heck? So people just had enough of it, and it caused big backlash. Oh, cool. I can move in AQ. Let's go do that real quick. This should be an interesting fight. Darn. Oh, come on. I'm not a fan of fighting Spider-Man with Scarlet Witch. Doctor Strange, Hyperion, I'm fine. Scarlet Witch, I just don't do very well with her against him. Spider-Man's not OP. Spider-Man's evade needs to be fixed. They even mentioned that in the forums, that they realized that they have serious bug issues that still haven't been fixed, but yet they're still going to go ahead with this update and nerf your top champs instead of fixing serious issues you have. Like, they nerfed Phoenix. Phoenix hasn't properly worked ever since she's come out, but yet they can still, um, go with the update and nerf her for some strange reason. Yeah, Doc, give me a second, man. Manage moderators. How do I do that? Okay, cool. You're a moderator. Yeah, I just found that funny how Kabam's priorities are on nerfing champions and changing everything that this game's been since its release to now, changing all that up, but yet they can't fix issues they've known about for 6+ months. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. If I look a little groggy, it's 5:48 a.m. for me. It could be. Like I said, I know a lot of people are talking about not playing this game anymore. I've contemplated it. Which also sucks because I do this YouTube channel, and most of my content is this game, and most of my followers, people who subscribe to me, is this game. So if I stop playing this game and go to just doing like Dragon Ball Z and maybe some other stuff, then I would have a big drop off. But Doc, do you think that if this does derail the game and causes major issues, and say they do lose a strong following and do start losing money, does that put their sale in jeopardy? Doc, I don't know if you've been reading those comments over on the forums. They've been entertaining as heck. People do need to chill out. People can still voice their frustrations, but you can do it in a more positive way. I mean, there's people that are like, I'm going to rip out your guts and eat your face off. People are like, I hope immediate family of yours dies. You're like, dude, it's a game. Calm down. But some of the stuff people are saying is, 1, sad, 2, hilarious, 3, downright criminal sometimes. I'm gonna grab some water in just a minute. How far are you guys on this Dormammu Quest? You guys 100%? Getting close? I personally still have this beginner and normal tiers to do still. So I still have a little bit. Should be pretty easy to knock all out. You can do it all on auto fight. Give me just a second. I'm gonna get some water while this fight plays out. What are you giving them? Crit, crit, attack, crit. Okay. It would be sad that the game died. This is a very entertaining game. Uh, it's been around for a couple years. I mean, it's one of the top grossing games on the app stores. So they do well. I mean, they make a good product. They constantly bring out new characters. It's just the company itself needs to learn how to run the company a little better, or a lot better. Oh, Doc, by the way, thanks for the tip with the Agent Venom versus Mordo. Not something I would thought about, but makes sense. Drax is still the top champ against Mordo for that, but what characters do you want in the game? Um, I like symbiote, so Carnage would be cool, Toxin would be cool, Anti-Venom would be cool. Big fan of them. Let's see who else. You need more tech characters, so you just start looking into that because our tech characters suck. Uh, I already heard that they're bringing out Ironheart, the new Iron Man, so that'll be interesting. They're probably bringing out Nebula for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when that drops in May. So that's fine. You got another tech there. I mean, if you want to continue with the Iron Man theme thing, you go Crimson Dynamo for another tech guy. I don't know if you want to go that route. Dr. Octopus, you can use him as a science or a tech. Who's Toxin? Toxin is the son of Carnage and the grandson of Venom. And he is the strongest symbiote there is. He's like the 1000th in that line, 100th in that line of the Venom family. And he is the strongest symbiote there is. He took out both Carnage and Venom pretty easily. He's kind of a anti-hero now, because it was once owned by a cop in New York. That's who originally bonded with it. And then he got killed later on, and the toxin was captured by Crime Master. And in the Agent Venom series, it's actually just called Venom, not Agent Venom, but the Venom series, Crime Master put on Eddie Brock after he kidnapped him and reformed Toxin with Eddie Brock. So Eddie Brock is now the host of Toxin. Because Eddie Brock was going around killing off any symbiotes that were left except Venom and Carnage, because he hadn't found them yet. And he was just doing it as a regular person. They have one. They have a symbiote Ghost Rider. It was during the Circle of Four event, again, the Venom series, the Agent Venom series. And during it in Las Vegas, Hell got brought to Earth. And Red Hulk, X-23, the new Ghost Rider, which was a female at the time, and she's now gone. But her and Agent Venom were the only ones left to take him on. And to be able to beat what's his name? God, it just slipped my mind. It's too early in the morning. Mephisto's son, Blackheart. There we go. Blackheart. To be able to defeat him, Venom bonded with Red Hulk, and the Ghost Rider got put into Red Hulk. So he was a Ghost Riding Red Hulk. It was pretty cool scene. You can like Google that for the image, and you'll be able to see it. So it was pretty interesting with that. I actually really like that series because it brought on some new storylines that have continued on to this day with Mephisto and marking them for giving the mark of the devil. Pretty much, they all have pentagrams on their chest, and it played out with Venom already and how he got rid of it, and it played out with Red Hulk a little bit when the Thunderbolts went to Hell. So it was both of those stories pretty cool. I don't know about the Ghost Rider thing. I don't follow Ghost Rider that much, and I do know a little bit. I do read some comics. I do like Wikipedia, a lot of it and stuff like that. The one cool thing that with the Venom series, with the mark of the devil, they actually were able to tie up a couple loose ends with the Venom series. Yeah, I've heard some of your impressions. They're really good, dude. Yeah, the one cool thing I liked about the Venom series was it tied up the loose end. And I believe '03 it was, they brought out a standalone Venom series. And in that, they made a genetic clone of Venom. And it was bonding with host, pretty much sucking out all their life essence and just using them as a food source and moving on to the next one. He actually bonded with Wolverine for a while because Wolverine can continuously heal himself, so he doesn't have to worry about finding a new body host. And at the end of that, Venom faced off with Venom. He absorbed him, and in that storyline later on, back in, what was it, I think 09, 2010, they finally were able to wrap that up and said that the Venom symbiote said that he needed to get rid of that cancer, which was the mark of the devil, and he put it on that clone symbiote, and he put it on a child named Mana. Well, she became Mana, the son of Venom, and so she had that mark. And then the book kind of got. What'd he say? I didn't even see what he said. Because I generally don't mind people. I suck. I'm fine with that. Everyone has their own opinion. I don't know how me sitting here just talking to you and playing auto fight says I suck, but that's cool. Doesn't bother me at all. Because he's actually right. Auto fight does suck. I mean, it saves me time, but the computer fights like crap. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Dr. Doom would be legit, but with these nerfs, it would scare me because he needs to be OP. He's one of, if not the top villain that Marvel has. I mean, that dude became a god. He went around and killed off Celestials. That's freaking super hard to do. I mean, Odin using the entire Odin force was only able to kill one of them. That was barely. And he got taken out by the other ones pretty easily. So to have Doctor Doom, someone who took a lot of them out, granted he used Molecule Man and that helped him out a lot, but I mean that's definitely someone I'd love to see in the game. And Fantastic Four, me, just Doctor Doom would be badass. When and how are they going to add MODOK? They're not. They said that he's just going to be a talking figure pretty much. They're never going to actually use him in the game. Because if they did, he's just you would have to make him rocket. And so he would shoot like a mental power at you, a blast, and then I don't think they're too keen on how that is used. That, because rockets is really interesting / kind of difficult to create and use in the game because he's so small. He floats, so when someone does a leg kick or something, you're not kicking his leg, you kicked underneath him. It'll be interesting. I want Blob. Never been a fan of Blob. It'd be interesting to bring him in. But we've had a lot of new mutants lately, so Blob wouldn't be my first option with like the New York Mutants. I think we need to focus, like I said, on tech characters right now. Get some more in the game because they're sorely lacking, and then you can focus on maybe a couple more cosmics, which will come in due time. So you had that whole rash of skill champions. Then you had that. Well, we've always had a ton of science characters, but you had that rash of skill champions. Then we've had a rash of mutants. Then they brought in a lot of mystics. So you still need to bring in cosmics and techs to kind of round it all out. Mystique, she would be hard because she can, change her shape into you. So I mean, how would that work? Like her L1, she can transform into you, whoever you're fighting, and then have all their abilities. That would be a way. That'd be interesting. Or maybe you could, maybe only on special, she's herself, and then when you do your special, she turns into whoever you're fighting and then does their special. So there's always some ways around it, but that would be a tricky one to try to do. I'd be open for that. Trying to think, who else would it be a bad person to add? Rest of you guys, who do you want to see added to the game? I know Angela, Lady Sif would be cool for cosmic characters. I know a lot of people ask for Iron Spider-Man. I mean, we've had enough Spider-Mans. But, I mean, I guess with Iron Spider, he could be an interesting tech character. Thor Ragnarok's going to be interesting with who they bring out with that. I don't know, Doc. I'm kind of big in this Dragon Ball Z game, so I'm trying to get up and running already. Yeah, I know Angela's been confirmed. I saw that with a couple other people. Like I said on your channel, it's interesting that they're bringing out Psylocke and Iceman. You got 2 Omega level mutants there coming into the game. So now we actually have several Omega level mutants in the game. I wouldn't mind Sentry being brought in, but he's too OP, and he would break the game. But I'd love to see Robert Reynolds in the game. That'd be so cool. His L3 animation, he'd be like him turning the void and just like destroying you. That'd be so cool. Alright, darn, Robert Reynolds just devoured my soul. Because they've already touched on some, cosmic entities. You have the Phoenix, the regular Phoenix, which isn't the strongest one, because you have the Dark Phoenix and the White Phoenix, Light Phoenix. White Phoenix, and she is a what is it? She can go through different dimensions. She can go to other Earths and stuff like that. She's multi-level and everything. Spider-Gwen plus Iron Patriot. Iron Spider. But anyways, Phoenix is a cosmic entity, and as far as this game goes, she's probably the strongest being in this game. I mean, Doctor Strange pre-Redcon, he would be right there next to it. But since they've nerfed him so bad in the comics, he's not nearly as powerful as he used to be. Thanos is extremely strong. I'm trying to think who else. Drax is really strong. So you do have quite a few of extremely powerful beings. But with Robert Reynolds, he would be up there with anyone else, and then the Void would be even more powerful than any of that. I'm not sure who that is, Doctor. I just thought of a couple that would be cool to add. Lady Deathstrike and Omega Red. You can make both of those tech. And then we have a couple more villains, a couple more techs. Sabretooth would be another one. Just gets more Wolverine villains because he does have some good villains. Oh, from the Thor movies. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. The evil elf. Dark elf. Yeah. That dude was around for a very short time and then disappeared, and no one really ever heard of him. And then all of a sudden he came out in Thor 2. You're like, okay. And they've actually brought him back in the comics since then, but even then he's still not a huge character, widely known character. Like someone like Omega Red, you bring him in, you give him something similar to, say, Venom, like his L1, or, well, which is the exact same thing, pretty much, that Ghost Rider's L1 is. They have the exact same L1. But you have something like that, because he has tentacles, and then he could have like a heal block or a restriction to healing, because he actually does, and it does slow down Wolverine's healing abilities, so you can definitely play around with that. Lady Deathstrike would be a cool bleed character as a tech. Hey, what's up, man? Sabretooth would be cool to see in the game. Yeah, Sabretooth would be cool, dude. I don't understand why he's not in the game yet. We need more villains. Villains are cool. I would not mind seeing it. Another mutant, but definitely. Huh, that would be interesting. Um, that could be interesting. The next AQ boss, I'm going to have to guess, is going to be Dormammu, maybe? Because he's the next big bad boss that they just brought out. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he would become the new AQ boss for next season. Because season 3 should be wrapping up here in the next month or two. So then we need another AQ boss, so you need another villain. Well, what villains are out there in the game? Dormammu would make sense to me. Yeah, they have had very epic ones. I wish they explained how Sabretooth came back to life. Because Wolverine cut off his head and he was dead. No more Sabretooth. And yet, he's still around. How does that work? Because as far as I know, they haven't explained how that's happened yet. Because Wolverine used the Maramasa blade. I think that's what it's called, Maramasa blade. Could be mispronouncing that, but that blade was created and it has the ability to stop healing factors permanently. So you can actually use that to actually permanently kill Wolverine, and that's why he owns it, just in case he ever goes on control, or again, like enemy of the state, enemy of the country, something like that. That comic book series. Dormammu's brother, I just made up to make Marvel more interesting. He actually has a sister that just took over his realm in the comics. Well, not just, that happened a few years ago. She's been around for quite a while. Her and Hulk had like a relationship for a while. Cosmic Advancement. I'm gonna have to see what kind of cosmics I can rank up. Because I have a bunch of ISO about to expire. I did want to do some more research on Dormammu's sister, who defeated him and took over his realm, because he is, like, on the scale of people in this game, him and Phoenix would be neck and neck for the strongest beings in this game. I just read them. Wolverine was my favorite as a kid. Now I think I'm partial to Spider-Man. I've never been a fan of Spider-Man. Never really been a big fan. I'm a huge Venom fan and a big Wolverine fan. And I actually went through and read from 2000, 2002, somewhere in there, on, of like all the Wolverine comics. Not the X-Men comics, not the X-Factor or anything like that, just the standalone Wolverine ones. So that's how I know Sabretooth was killed by Wolverine. He was actually supposed to kill Mystique and left her for dead, and she didn't die. But they did go with that whole backstory on how Wolverine and Mystique got involved back in I think in the 1800s, early 1900s. I can do a witch voice, and I got a voice changer app. Let's do this. There you go, dude. Doc, look up Dormammu's sister. Get some information on her, and then you can use that voice changing app thing and do something kind of cool with Dormammu's sister. Michael, did you ever read the Enemy of the State? I think it was called. The Wolverine was killed and brought back to life by the Hand and Gorgon, and how after he was brainwashed, once he snapped out of it, he went on a tear and killed all of the Hand and Hydra. How he actually went through and was like, how many members do they have? How many different organizations? And then just walked through and like destroyed it all. The Gorgon wasn't known well enough, but that dude was a monster. That dude took Wolverine out pretty easily because of his ability. He was like a Medusa ability, how you freeze him and it kills you. I'm not sure how exactly kills you, but he's also super strong, super skilled. Like Wolverine, as skilled as he is, like really didn't stand a chance. He kind of just got his ass handed to him. Elektra actually saved his ass in that series. Okay, Doc. That's cool. Dormammu, Ghost Rider, I am your father, Ghost Rider. No. Technically, Mephistos is Ghost Rider, the spirit of Vengeance's father. I guess he's the one who created him. Do you watch Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Doc? So they had Ghost Rider on the first half of this last season that's going on right now. They did a really good job with it. Welcome to the stream. Just finishing up the beginner's quest for people who just joined. I'm playing on AI so I can talk to you guys easier and let the computer do all the heavy lifting, so to speak. You know, watch it. I mean, if you have a chance to go back and watch it watch ABC app or Hulu, anything like that, do it. That first half, excuse me. That first half of that season was really good with Ghost Rider. Really enjoyed it. Which is interesting because it allows you to know what happened to Ghost Rider, where Johnny Blaze is, and why Robbie Reyes is now the Ghost Rider in the MCU. Well, kind of it lets you know, and then some other stuff is said after the fact that allows you to know it. Not sure if you guys heard, but Namor, the Submariner, he's coming. They're in pre-production talks. And they just opened a new studio out in Hawaii. Because they have the one in Europe, they have the one in Atlanta, which they do like all the Marvel movies. until they need to go overseas, and they do the one in Europe. And then they just recently opened the one in Hawaii now. The Hawaii one's going to be the center stage for the new Inhumans TV show they're coming out with. Because IMAX picked up the bill for that, so they are now going to be filming. They're about to start filming it probably in about a month, 6 weeks. So it's all set up for in September. Tell the truth, the AI only does the light lifting. Try using it on a hero and it sucks. Yes it does. But it's beginner mode. Juggy just stays in unstoppable mode for like the whole thing and just walks through them. But the Inhumans thing is going to be cool because they're actually going to do the first 2 part of the series is going to be done and made into a movie, which will be played in IMAX theaters. And then after that, about a couple of weeks later, I think 2 or 3 weeks later, is then going to be brought to ABC, and then ABC is going to then air the rest of the season. And this is the first time that IMAX has ever done a TV show, and this is the first time that a TV show has ever been done completely in IMAX with all their technology. And they have the biggest budget any TV show's ever had. So it'll be interesting to see the royal family finally in the MCU and how they deal with all that. I did see that. That was kind of interesting. It was just like glowing, weird looking. But as I was saying with Namor, what ended up happening is they're like, well, they have a new set and it's on the water. And not Kevin Feige, who was it? Like someone else that's up there in the Marvel cinematic side was talking about how there's a new project coming out that no one's expecting. And just be on the lookout. And now there's rumblings that it's Namor because the properties were owned by Fox and Sony and all over the place. Not one person just owned Namor. It was all over the world. Well, because everything lapsed, it's finally all come back to Marvel now. And so I guess they're talking about it and going to start filming Namor in the Hawaii film studios because, of course, that's where all the water and everything is. So I find it pretty cool that we're finally going to get Namor. So I'm not sure if Namor is going to be a movie or a TV show. Because Namor in the movies, you probably can't go straight with a regular movie with him because not a lot of people know it. Okay, Doc, you went back and in the stream and it just... Yeah, it was right before that fight. It started flashing, it was all purple, and then as soon as the fight started, it went back to normal. But I was saying with Namor, not a lot of people know a lot about Namor and don't even know who Namor is. So bringing him into the movies, you'd probably want to start off as a villain because he's kind of, anti-hero, I guess. He's a villain sometimes, a hero at other times. But you probably bring him in maybe with Black Panther, maybe part 2 or part 3, because Wakanda and Atlantis has had a long feud going back a very long time. So you could actually bring Namor in as an enemy and then roll him into the Illuminati and roll him into the good side, which would be interesting to see. But, that's a few years down the road. Unless they're going to do a TV show that's probably like a year and a half away. So, be interesting. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Appreciate you guys joining this morning. How's everyone doing this morning? Blue Marvel. I know of Captain Marvel. Not sure who Blue Marvel is. Unless you're talking about no, I could be wrong. Because they have like a new, it might be called Blue Marvel. On all different Marvel, they've brought out some new characters that are cosmic entities that they've actually gone through and started talking to infinity and eternity and stuff. The cosmic entities that create the MCU, I mean, Earth 616. Is that who it is, Doctor? Or somebody else? He's very powerful. Okay. What are some of his powers other than, basic strength, stamina, speed, probably some kind of healing factor? Oh, just thought of a character that'd be cool to see. Silver Surfer. That'd be a really cool one. Like, they end the fight, you can see the surfboard come in and jump in on it, or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. L3 animation, something with the board. How did Howard the Duck end up in the game? Does Marvel own the rights to him? Yeah, they got the rights back to Marvel, the Howard the Duck a while ago. Nobody wants Howard the Duck. Apparently, Howard the Duck was one of the most requested people last year. That's why he's in the game. Everyone's all pissed off that Howard the Duck's in the game. We're like, he was actually requested a lot by people. I don't know why, but he was. I don't think anyone really wanted the mech suit, but it is what it is. Howard's been in the game in the kind of coming back up in the comics. He's been, they touched on it with the Gwenpool thing last month's quest, but he's done some stuff with Gwenpool. He's done some other work lately in the Marvel landscape. That's the thing about the Marvel landscape. Everything has changed. I just found this out because it became a big topic online and stuff. Marvel's dying. Their comic sales are in the trash. They can't get anything going. And they're thinking, and they're trying to blame diversity or minorities on it. And that's not necessarily the truth. It's not people are mad because we have, a black Spider-Man or a black girl Iron Man, or the new Miss Marvel and everything else. A girl that's Thor. It's not that. It's you changed everything, want everyone out in like a 2-year span, and literally there was no one left. From everyone we remember, everyone in this game that we enjoy playing with is gone. The only one left is Spider-Man because his sales are still great, so they don't have to worry about it. And he's not even the same because Spider-Man's always been, oh, I'm a poor guy with Mary Jane or whoever's girlfriend is at the time, and I'm just trying to make my way and figure all that out. Now he owns a tech company and is a billionaire. So he's not even the same as he used to be. So technically nobody's left. Sure, you have Odin's son, Thor, but he doesn't have the hammer. He is doing his own thing. But he's not around. Iron Man's dead now. Hulk's dead. Well, technically Iron Man's still around because he's now Jarvis pretty much. But his body's dead. I'm sure he'll be brought back to life like everyone else's, but You also have the X-Men who are struggling with sales and everything else because they can't do anything with the X-Men because Fox owns the rights. And as long as Fox owns the rights, they can only use the X-Men that they currently have. They can't not create any new X-Men because if they do create a new X-Men, Fox gets the rights to that new X-Men character. Adam Brashear was the first human antimatter generator. He has superhuman strength and fought Sentry. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Wonder how that fight went. Because Sentry just toying around with people. He can just toy around with anyone. Because the Sentry's only unleashed once. And that was World War Hulk. When Worldbreaker Hulk was there. And they just gotta exchange blows against each other. Other than that, he's never fully unleashed. Well, I take that back. He has unleashed. In one comic, they had the What If series, you know? So in this What If series, it was what if the Sentry killed the Marvel Universe? And in that, I can't remember who it was. Someone killed his wife. And Robert Reynolds just said, hey, screw it, and stopped fighting the Void, who he has to hold back at all times. Said, screw it, and let the Void just take over. And the Void walked through and destroyed everything. All Earthbound heroes, all cosmic entities. He destroyed the universe. And I can't remember if he moved on to other dimensions and universes, because he has the ability to do that. It was interesting to see that they had killed off the Sentry and just recently brought him back not too long ago. Within the last few months, they brought the Sentry back finally. He'd been dead for years. Squirrel Girl. I hate Squirrel Girl. She has such a big fan following. The unbeatable, unstoppable Squirrel Girl. She beat Galactus. She beat Thanos with no help. And no, it's writer embellishment all the way. You can write anyone into a story and say they beat everyone. How the Fox get the rights? Marvel sold them back in 2000. In the late 90s, excuse me, no, mid 90s. Marvel went bankrupt, and to get some money, they sold off Spider-Man, X-Men, the Fantastic Four, all their big properties. That's why you start seeing a lot of the movies come out, because they sold all the properties away. And then once they got out of the bankruptcy and started trying to redo everything, they decided to create the MCU, the Marvel Universe. And how they did that was Kevin Feige came up with the idea of creating their own studios, making their own movies, and just trying to create some revenue that way. And there was a long process with that, because Marvel didn't have any money. So they had to stake their business to a couple different companies, like one Paramount, to help them create their movies. And they had a 5-movie deal. Marvel said, okay, you can do 5 movies. And I think $150 million was the budget altogether, which isn't really much anymore anyways. And then they had to try to figure out how to recreate the MCU. And they didn't want to do Captain America because Captain America was done in like 1991 horribly. I don't know if you guys ever seen that Captain America or seen photos of it or anything. It was horrible. And so they didn't want to do that. So they ended up doing Iron Man, and that's why we got Iron Man first. And after the critical acclaim of Iron Man, they were able to move on and start doing the other movies. What if Kabam made every Marvel character in the game? We would have 8,000 characters. Oh, I got invites to alliances. Thanks, but I'm okay. What's actually very interesting, though, with these movie rights is Spider-Man. Sony's going bankrupt. They cannot produce or do anything that makes any money other than video games. Their video game department is solid. But other than that, they can't do anything right. And there's been some rumblings and stuff that CBS is going to buy out Sony. And then Sony's just going to focus on doing video games only. So a part of that deal will be Spider-Man. But now there's been some rumors and rumblings around that Sony might sell Spider-Man back to Disney. So it'll be interesting to see if Disney can reacquire Spider-Man. It'll be for a very large sum of money, but there might be a chance that Spider-Man comes back to the MCU, or just Marvel in general, because Marvel already got back the rights to the comics, the video games, and the toys. They just don't have rights to the movies. Because when Sony was having some issues, they were like, yeah, we'll sell back the rights to you guys for the toys and stuff. Don't really need that. Which is really dumb of them because toys make more money than any of the movies or anything else. And Spider-Man is the #1 selling toy of any superhero genre stuff. He outsells everyone 7-1. Batman, Superman, any X-Men characters, anything. He outsells everyone. The ultimate movie, every Marvel character, hero, and villain work together, hero and villain. Who would win? Who will win? Every Marvel character. There's only going to be a handful of characters that would be able to, to do something like that. Because everyone else is not going to be able to do much. You're going to have a couple of the people that would still be up there is the Void. Franklin Richards, the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, because he can manipulate everything. Mad Jim's Jasper, but he's dead, so or he would be up there. There's a couple others, but it's DC heroes and villains. Of all DC heroes or Marvel heroes? Or both? Because if you're talking about just DC, that really does change a lot of the stuff up. DC versus Marvel, who will win? The ultimate movie. Oh, of everyone at DC, you can only use your top line guys. So you do like all Earthbound versus all Earthbound people, and they've done that lots of times. And it just depends on the writer. Because really, Marvel doesn't have an answer for Superman. I mean, they have Hyperion, they have a Sentry and stuff. That's their Superman, but no one really has an answer for that. The Sentry, Hyperion would be a lesser version, but Sentry would be the only one who could stand up to Superman fully of Earthbound heroes. Without using without being able to use any multi universal threats like Franklin Richards or the White Lantern Guy Rainier. Because technically Franklin Richards can just create a new universe and send everyone there, or just felt like it just make you disappear from the face of the world. Hyperion versus Superman? It's going to be Superman. I know Hyperion is Marvel's Superman, but Hyperion's never shown the capabilities and abilities of Superman, so you'd have to say Superman on that one. But ultimately, who would come out on top? Batman. Why? Because it's Batman. Always love the hardcore Batman fans. I love Batman. Probably my favorite hero, but everyone's like, oh, Batman could beat anyone with enough timing and stuff. Yes, absolutely. He can do really well. But realistically, if Superman wanted to, he would just fly into space and cut off your head without you ever knowing. Who's faster, the Flash or Quicksilver? Hands down, Flash. Very easy. Quicksilver cannot run through space and time. The Flash can. Flash wins. Welcome everyone to the stream. I am running through the beginner's quest of the Dormammu, just trying to get the rest of the shards and everything, so I can run through the rifts. Appreciate you guys watching. 6:50 here for me. I'm in California, so if I look a little tired, it's because I've had an hour of sleep. Spent half the night at the ER with my daughter. Got home and figured, why try to get 3 hours of sleep? I'll just stay up. So I jumped on here and started streaming. Need to get through this stuff anyways. You're awfully... Oh, my hair is disgusting. After this stream, I'm going to go take a shower. Then I have to get the kiddos up. Okay, so I gotta go, what, C? Yeah. So I've asked this question before for you guys who are just joining me. What do you guys think of the new update for March 1st, patch 12? Is it the nail in the coffin? Is it the death update? Have you signed the petitions? Have you voiced your concerns? Do you even know what I'm talking about? Leave it down in the comments. Let me know. Let's see, where am I at in a queue? Let's see. Nope. Yes, I know I'm dead. That's what happens when you wake up with an hour of sleep and go try to fight second Cyclops. I lost Hyperion and Doc. Scarlet Witch took him out, and then I lost Scarlet Witch to Spider-Man. Yes. If you're new to my channel, like Doctor Strange said, thank you, sir. If you want to hit that little subscribe button, that would help me out a lot. Also, check out Doctor Strange's channel. He has some really good content on there. He does really good stuff. He also plays that Transformers game. So if you're new to that or trying to find some stuff on it, he's a really good person to get on with that too. How have you guys done in the dimensional rifts? What'd you get on the tier 4? If you've done it yet. If you haven't, what'd you get on tier 3? Leave the comments down below. I personally have gotten one dimensional rift in. I did tier 3 and tier 4. I picked up 750 5-star shards on the tier 3. On tier 4, I got a 5-star crystal. And it was Iron Patriot. So, or Iron Man, not Iron Patriot. So, fun times, but hey, it's a 5-star crystal, it's free. So that was cool. So altogether on the 2 rifts, I got 1,250 5-star shards, a 5-star crystal. So, not terrible at all. I'm leaving Transformers Forge to fight on hiatus just now because it doesn't get much views and I lost a few subs. Oh, I'm sorry about that, man. But I would stay on it, Doc, because that game's going to pick up a lot of traction in a month or two when that game actually drops. So a lot of people are going to jump on that game and try to figure out how to play it. They're going to go straight to YouTube. And with you and your beginner's guides, it's going to help a lot of people out with that. So you're going to see a big increase when that game finally drops, because for a lot of us, we can't download it unless we want to go through that process, and a lot of people don't. Okay, when it officially comes out, that's cool, man. I know with beta testing on it right now, there's not. I mean, you can do the stuff, and you can only get so far though because there's very limited content in that game. So once that game becomes official and it's officially out, I know you already be well above the, you know, above the power curve because you're already out there because you've already played it so much. Has anyone been excited for Pokemon Go? They just came out with the new update. Gen 2 finally hit. Took them forever. I think I will when it comes out ahead with this update since all the God tier champs, they're getting nerfed. Not to have any of them awaken. I'm assuming you're saying I don't have any of them awaken. Yeah, with all those God tier champions being nerfed by at least 30%, it takes them all from up here and just puts them in the good tier. Which for some people is fine, but a lot of people that really irks us. Especially a lot of you guys out there spent money on this game trying to buy those packages to get Scarlet Witch and Black Widow up to level 99, dumping 6 stones in say Thor. So it's kind of a slap to the face. Hey, we want your money to do this, do this, do this, and then oh, by the way, we're going to take that all back, but thank you for your money anyways. Because to me, like, say, I sold cars for years, worked for Chevy. That's like saying Chevy sells, I sell you a car, a Chevy truck, for say, and, you have your warranty on it. Well, a year later after you spend all this money on it, they're like, by the way, the warranty, we're going to take that away now. But wait, I paid for the vehicle, I got that warranty. Yeah, but we have the right to change anything whenever we feel like it, and we don't want to give you that warranty anymore. So thank you for your money. Thank you for buying the truck. But at this point forward, you're going to have to do it on your own. So to me, it's just a little shady. I downloaded the game, did all the crap. I played the game for a while, and then the update came out. I couldn't play it for months. Then a YouTuber named 2J showed me an easy way to install it. That's cool. Yeah, 2J is good for that stuff. Install it, and now I can play it forever. Sweet. Dang what, Doc? Totally forgot to put my thumbnail in. Oh, yeah. I know it's not the same because it's a mobile game and you know, that's a car company, but that's just kind of how I look at it, you know, broad picture type style. Because even on video games, they can't do stuff like that. Because it's a mobile game, they have a lot more, liberties with it because there's no oversight on games. And I actually had some guys in my alliance talk to Apple, and Apple's disgusted with Kabam right now. They're saying they're having a lot of issues, and they're not happy with Kabam. And for Apple customer care to just come out and say something like that says a lot. I bet you can, man. You should do one for him. Just send it to him. Well, guys, as soon as I'm done with this level here, I'm going to be closing it down. Got to take the wife to work, get the kids make them breakfast and stuff. Also, go take that shower, drink some coffee. Hear demon voicing in Frozen. That's going to be hilarious. I feel bad for the people that have spent money on this game. Yeah. But like I said, there's people that can, you can go talk to Apple or Google Play and get some money back. I mean, they're not going to give you everything back, but I know buddies in my alliance have gotten the last like 60 to 90 days money back. So, something. Dude, you have done well. You've come a long way since we first started, you know, way back in Slayers. Real quick for you guys, question. Would you guys like to, on my next video when I do the dimensional rifts, and I run through all of them again, do you guys care about tier 1 and tier 2 dimensional rifts at all? And would you guys like to see that? Or would you like me just to edit it saying, okay, I'm going to go to path C and pick up a 3-star chest, and then fast forward to the end, show you what I got, and then go to the next one? Or do you guys want to see me play it all out? Because I'll do either one. I know I've watched dimensional rift videos in the past, and I really don't care about tier 1 and tier 2. I really don't care about tier 3 for the most part. I mean, there's some okay stuff in it. But I'm just wondering what you guys like. It will be very... There, Doc. I mean, stuff Kabam's doing is already affecting some of the big alliances. I mean, look at Core. Look how far they've dropped recently. They're right there next to MMX, being, fighting for that top spot, best alliance. And their alliance war ratings dropped dramatically. A lot of the guys have, I know, stepped away or really stopped spending money and stuff. So it's really interesting to see all that. You would like to see the whole thing? Okay, dog. Okay. Let's see. Nope. Can't fight king yet, so need these 4 guys to clear that out. So sorry, I was gonna see if I could get on here and take out king on live stream, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So, oh well. Well, guys, that's going to do it for the stream. I appreciate everyone showing up. I did hit a record high on people that joined the stream, so I'm grateful for that. Hope you guys enjoy it. Other than that, you guys take care, and I'll see you next time.